Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Hicks coming at you here, a little midday money on a Thursday, March the 9th. Welcome on into the show. Like, subscribe, ring the bell if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter. Mr. Sean Hicks, come give me a follow. Why wouldn't you come give me a follow? I don't see what the big deal is. Come in, give somebody a follow. You're watching anyway. Why wouldn't you come for the humor of Twitter in the comments section of the live show? Speaking of the comment section, we do have the Believe link is, I just loaded up. Wonderful. I see it. Super duper to that. And why not? I'm going to throw in there the link to today's. You know what? What do we got here? For the 7-day steal, if you're interested. Why wouldn't you be? Support the show. It's not that bad. $31.20. 22 games up for today in college basketball. Banner is bannering with last night's games. Well, not that one. We don't want that one up there. That's the tournament kind of stuff. Let's get to all the basketball for today, college basketball. We're on Twitter. We're tweeting out. Ready to roll. That's out and about on the Twitter universe. It's here on the channel. Let's just see. I also have for everybody today. I know people are going to ask about basketball, ice, and Major League Baseball. So I got a couple of those plays as well. And I'll post them in one hot minute. Or actually, it'll be a couple minutes, I guess, because we're going to do our little usual recap of action from yesterday. 6-5-1 in the video, plus 144. It's, listen, the other day we were plus 188. Today, plus 140, or last night. Would I like to do better? Yes. I mean, on the premium side of things, I had another ridiculous day of action. Same kind of day there. It happens. What am I going to do? Splitting out. We had a couple tough losses there with Richmond. I had money line here. If you got it late, it could have been a 3. Syracuse had a 2, 2.5. Maybe you got a half-point loser there. Northern Arizona, I ended up with a win at 7.5. I lost at a 6.5 somewhere. We started out March really good for the first week. We were 60%, 25-17, and now we're reeling off 7-8, 6-6, 3-3, 3-3-1. We had a tie in there. Yesterday again, 6-5-1 in the video, and basically same couple games different with the premiums, but I throw a lot of those here in the chat anyway. Today's picks, and there are quite a few. You see them. So yes, VCU is off the board, but you know what? We do the late show every night. And these are posted, and we added a couple this morning. But you know what? Did I even finish adding here? No, I did not finish adding because I added a couple more. Oh, no, they're in there. They're in there. I'm just looking for – I didn't write – I was looking for the ad, but I just added a couple extra dashes there. So VCU minus 6.5. Again, that line moved. It happens. Lines move. Sometimes it's good for us. Sometimes it's bad. It was 6.5. Now it's 8. Miami last night 5.5. Now it's 7. Baylor 4.5. I saw 3 this morning. Ohio money line minus 115. Hawaii minus 115. Morgan State plus the 5. Auburn minus 110. That's gone. Now they're plus 130. Now they're getting at 2 or 3 points. So TCU minus 125. I actually grabbed the little K-State plus 2.5 as well for myself here because as much as I got the future on TCU to win this at 8-1. I don't know. I had to come and say, you know what? Why do I feel that this could be a 1-point game somewhere along the way with somebody winning by 1? So I grabbed the 2.5, and we'll see. I really don't like going for middles. I mean, that's not even a middle. It's one team win. It's a team winning by 1 basically, or 2. I just felt, digging into K-State, I'm like, this team is always kind of battling. Why? I don't know. Well, I did what I did. Normally I don't like to do that when I'm in a 7-8, 6-6, 3-3 kind of run. But we did start out good, and we're still a plus month. and I feel good. And back to, well, I'll talk about that in a second. So Villanova plus 4.5. That's, I think, a 5 this morning. I thought it would be a 5 last night, or a 5.5. It was 4.5. We added it to the show. Ads this morning. Florida, I mentioned last night, it was 3. It's up to 5. I still like the Gators there. West Virginia, money line plus 145. And this was more on the news of, I thought, if it's true. I mean, the guy had a heart attack. Even if it's not, I mean, I just have rumors like that. I don't know if it affects the team. I'll take a shot at a plus 145. I know West Virginia here for the video. Arizona minus 8.5. And this is a spot, I think I talked about it in the Pac-12 preview video I did on 2 seeds in the Pac-12, 6.5 or more. 9-0 ATS run in the last 9 years. How about 16-3 straight up in ATS run? I think Arizona's a pretty good team. USC under the 139, and we have NC State on the money line here at a plus 115. And as I was saying, I want to get back to the breaking even last couple days: 6-6, 3-3-1, 6-6-1, 7-8-1, whatever. And that brings us to a 31-66 or something like that. 31-66 since like February, last 10 days of January, in half point to like 2 like bucket losses, 2.5 points, like right around that circle. And I like to think that I'm like in the game, right? You're there for a cover. I know you don't get, it's close in horseshoes and hand grenades kind of stuff, but man, it's like 66%. It's crazy. That breaks the 50%. It changes the whole aspect of the game. Again, is it tough losing but close ones? Yeah, it is. Would I rather have a 20-point loss and be like not even close? I guess you say, oh, I was totally wrong about that. The other ones, you're like right there. Makes it frustrating. But that's gambling world. That's where we are. Tournament picks, we're 4-12 plus $2 with our tournament plays. Right, that's right. Because we just, I think, who lost? Somebody lost last night. Oh, I took that crazy Utah 25-1. We'll see what happens. We still got a couple out there. We're plus money. That's the way it goes. And I'll jump into some randos. These are rando picks because people like their NBA, hockey, and Major League Baseball. They come and ask, especially during tournament time. They ask me this. Magic minus 3.5. I did this yesterday. It was a pick 'em yesterday when I did this with Hannah. Warriors. I don't want to bet the Warriors, a 7-win team, being a favorite on the road. But I think Memphis got way too much off the field stuff and other stuff going on. I'll lay with the Warriors. On the ice, Stars puck line plus 155. Oilers plus 145. Our pal Jesse Shule pointed out, I think the Oilers had won 7 straight or something against the Boston Bruins. We'll take a shot 145. Blues on the puck line 185. Kraken on 185. These are all plus 2 185s. Kraken and St. Louis plus 185 puck lines. Baseball. Ooh, had a little burp there. Baseball comes in. Sox, the Red Sox plus 170 and Tigers plus 140. Because then people are going to ask, what do you like today? There you go. You got it. You got some random NBA and NHL, Major League Baseball. I think that covers it. All right, everybody have a good day. Bye-bye. I'm just kidding. Jake is in the house. Big day there. Baylor. Yep, we're on the Baylor Bears. The Irvine laying the 10.5. I don't hate it there against Bakers. Arkansas. I'm on the other side there. Arkansas under. I don't know about that one. VCU already bet it yesterday. Got a little better number than that on the VCU. I got a 6.5. I know it went up a little bit. Florida under 131. That could be a yes. Cal Poly slow. You like a little Cal Poly slow pisco? I know it's something like that. I don't know exactly how to say it. Against St. Babs. You know what? I don't hate this, believe it or not. As bad as Poly is, and they're an anemic, to be kind, bunch. 68, 62, 62, 57 this year, and we're getting 10.5. Yeah, sign me up. And even if you go back and look at their games, what time is this game? I might jump on this 9 o'clock game. Why not? I only have 20 games. I could just add another. I got the poly under actually 131.5 in this one. So they had a big outing against the Beach. Then they had a 1 point loss, a 6 point loss, a 3 point loss, 21 at Fullerton, 8 points, 11 on the road at Northridge, one again on the road at that was at Irvine, 13 against Hawaii, and a 6 versus Santa Barbara on the road. So getting this kind of number, sure, I'll jump in. Let's go. The Ohio State Buckeyes over the total against Ohio. Yes, both times they played, we got what, 85, 90 points from the winner. First half under Michigan, I like both of those teams. I think winner does beat Purdue in the next game. So we'll be taking whoever comes out of that one over the Boilermakers. Marco's hitting the like button for me and Tim. No Tim today. He's out and about. I think he's going to a game somewhere today. Ohio U, the Ohio Bobcats, yes. Northern Illinois, the Huskies. Hey, Huskies a dog, right? We don't mind taking a dog plus 13. Again, that's a 13 is a big number. Sam Houston. Where's Sam? Sam, I am. I don't eat green eggs and ham. All right. Now I have to reload my brain here to find the Sam Houston line. All right. Now apparently I'm going to just have to go to the whack to find it here. Where are we at? 789. Of course, right at the top. Right where it should be. Right here. Stare me in the face. Sam Houston. Oh, hold on. Sam Houston plus 10. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. I gotta adjust myself here. All right, Northern Illinois plus 13. Okay. That's Kent State. We got that one, yes. Sam Houston State. Stanford plus the 10. I got you here. I got you. All right. So that's Stanford is the plus. That's why I'm confused. I'm like, wait a second. Arizona's playing Stanford. And I thought it was plus 10 after Sam Houston. So Sam Houston is favored. I don't like Stanford. I ran off the Arizona trend there with 2 seeds. Houston over Baptist. I want to say, did Baptist? There's my whack bracket. I thought I saw Baptist nailed them once this year. I think Grand Canyon did, because I kind of like Grand Canyon today and then Grand Canyon tomorrow over the winner here. 56-45 and 65. Oh, that was last year. That doesn't count. I guess you don't. I don't hate Sam Houston laying a touchdown here, because Cal had trouble scoring against them last time. But that looks like it's a more of an anomaly, just them playing on the road. Stephen F. Austin held them to 58 also. They are the 1 seed here. Yeah, Baptist is definitely an under kind of squad. I don't hate it. Poor shooting team. You want to lay? Let's go. Let's go. We're at the Orleans Arena, baby. I once walked from I don't know if I was at the Riviera or at Harris, and I took a little jog to the Orleans to meet Joe D'Amico. I did take the little shuttle back, though. Anyway, Stanford I don't like. South Utah, the Southern Utah Utes. Well, they're not really the Utes. I think they're not the Aggies. That's the Utah State. What is this here against Tech, also known as Dixie State? 152. What's it down to 3? I mean, this is right around the number for me on this game there, Miz. And the Zips, 7.5 against Buffalo. Huh. It's funny. maybe not funny, more anecdotally hilarious. I could come up with 20 games to bet, and then there's other games that just don't even pop off the board to me, that I don't even give a second glance to. Akron by 20, Akron by 17, and you're laying 7 here. I get it. I get it. What's there to? They should take care of business. Speaking of business, $31.20. Support the show. Do it. Michael's in the house. Good morning. Full Red Dawn mode for the Iceman. Wolverines today, Michigan. Where's Tate the Great? He will be happy, Jesse. T Money's in the house. Here we go. T Money said K-State and the Knicks at plus 146 last night should be illegal. It's such easy money. K-State, the best team in Kansas. Michigan minus 5.5 for me in Iowa State. That Michigan game is up to 5.5 now? Wow. Well, I guess, Rutgers had some injury concerns. I bet Baylor last time I'm a little concerned about the lack of line movement. You know, we touched on that last night. I don't really. I don't know. And Jesse's in the chat. What his thoughts on it? With it being all over the place, the line movement and the holds and this and that. Granted, sports betting is not legal in Texas. It's depending where you are. It's probably like a 2-hour drive, unless you're really down south, to get to a border state with betting. So the alums, people betting on teams, affecting the numbers, line movements, lack of, too much of. To me, the overnight line is the important one to me. They open a number and they go from there. Today's movement, the cat's out of the bag, right? The horse is out of the barn. You spilt the milk, whatever. Toothpaste out of the tube. Now at 11, 12, 9 a.m., Joe Public is waking up. They're watching whatever they're watching on TV on all this. They have sports betting shows now. They're listening to podcasts or shows or radio spots, hearing what people have to say. And now here comes the moves. Is that just the public following what people are telling them? Was last night's move a fake out? And when I was starting I'd look at stuff like that. Like, that's why I kind of like the overnights baseball. I'm like, all right, I like this game. And I hate the term like an originator, because I don't consider myself like a line maker. Like, I have what I think a line should be, like what I think it's going to open at. But I'm a bettor, and I don't know. As much as that, I don't even know if it concerns me. I don't like being on the side, but it's March, Michael. It's conference tournament time. It's like the playoffs or bowl season. Oh my goodness, all the money's on this team. Well, that's going to happen sometimes when there's less games or just a lot of marquee type games. This time of year, I don't really sweat that. You got 5.5 with Nova, good number there. I got a 5 with Nova this morning. Brent, I kind of do like Rutgers a little bit, but I'll tell you what, if that's a 5 now, someone has Rutgers or Michigan -5. That tells me maybe somebody's, Rutgers has packed it in. I said last night under in that game for me. And the winner takes at Purdue. It's a homer. Yeah, exactly. It's a homer in me. I lean that way. I didn't bet them. They didn't even make the chat. It didn't even make the chat as a borderline play. I said the under because the Rutgers offense they've been struggling. Maurice is in the house. Good afternoon. I'm going to sweep the board today. Here we go. I love the confidence. I love it. Iowa, I'm with you. Mississippi State, well, you got a good number of 3. It's up to 5. I took the 5 on the other way. St. Joe's against Dayton, 10.5. I get it. I'm all for a doggy. I get it. UCLA under. Why not? But, it's tough to cover 10, and You got a plucky squad out of Colorado. I get. I took the points in that Colorado game. What do I got in that? 9. And San Diego State minus the 8.5. The Aztecs over Colorado State. I don't hate it. I just did not interest me. Just actually Higgs Oilers 9-1 last time versus Boston. 21-2 ATS 23. If plus the goal and a half. I'm just taking the plus 145. The line to come down from last night. T-Money also got some Knicks action in Washington State. Ivy double. Tomorrow I'll be on a new boat. So Washington State against, who do they have? Oregon? All right. And the Knicks against the Kings? Sam Houston State should be no sweat. Here we go. The old no sweat. You throw out those terms. I don't even care about the whole new boat. There should be illegal, and now a no sweat. Sam Houston. You got other shit up there, 5-1 last 6. Yeah, I think it's worth a shot. Maurice, I put a little on St. John's Marquette over. I would feel better if it was a night game. Yeah, I thought about coming in on St. John's here. What's it? Is it 161.5 still? Is it still 6? I would have liked maybe a 7, but St. John's has been scoring a little bit more lately. So I mean, again, I'm a Johnny's guy. Didn't bet him. Lock it in with the Kings here. Good morning. Tim of a lock of the day, Wichita State. There he is. Tim's coming in. Grizzle and the Knicks money line. Grizzly at home against the 7-25 Warriors, I understand. And the Knicks money line on the road, small doggy. That line came down, I saw, right? Was that a 4 down to a 2? I see. Maurice, what's your opinion? Charlotte mid-Teddy. It's a pick. I would lean a little Charlotte, I guess. Let me pull out my CUSA here. I try to keep it in alphabetical order as we progress. I lean Charlotte, I guess. Again, not Bennett. Tamoose! What do you say, Tommy? Welcome. Good afternoon. UNLV, Boise, 5-point spread, UNC. So that's a 5 Marcos minute. Marcos minute today, way too many games. Everybody wants to cover everything, so I apologize, Marcos. This was a 3.5 last night, by the way. This was a 3.5. Up to 5. No respect for the running Rebels. I kind of like Boise. NC, I kind of like NC. Said it last night. They beat them last game. They should have been in the first game. The guy got hurt a minute into the game. Whatever. Penny Illini, 2-point spread. Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm like, hey, you know what? Do I take Illinois here? I want to take Penn State. I like Penn State. I think the perception is Illinois is always like some kind of like Sweet 16 Final 8 team. I don't know. Penn State for me, Nittany Lions. Tamu saying, hello, Jesse Shule. Desmond's like in Michigan. Again, I don't hate Michigan. I don't have a final confirmation on the line. If it went to 5, I don't know. If it jumped up that high a little before game time, I guess the Michigan is the right side. I still like the under. The under is what I was leaning from the opener, and I think they beat them or Rutgers beats Purdue tomorrow. Grand Canyon, give me Grand Canyon. Washington State, I would lean to the dog Washington State as well. San Jose, Nevada, I would lean Nevada. I think we got Nevada. Do we have Nevada in the chat? Maybe not. I don't know. I know I bet Nevada was the first game I bet yesterday at -5. T-Money, I took -5.5 for 146. I also have -2.5 for 120. What game is this? Is this the Michigan game? Help me out here. You can't just throw this out here, T-Money. After a comment. I don't know where it's coming from. Marcos, Ohio State +4 against Iowa. So this is a 4. This was a 1.5 last night. Now, Ohio State yesterday, sure. Ohio State today, I'm not loving it. Auburn, yes, we got Auburn at a bad number yesterday when we put out last night at a pick 'em. Pitt plus 6 Duke. I I would lean under in that game. I like the whole Pitt guy the coach used to play at Duke. That's a fun little angle, I guess. It's 6. I want to lean Pitt. I want to lean Pitt, Marco. Mason St. Louis, come on. You know we're on the Billikens, fam. How many times do you have the Billikens this season? ECU. You know we can't do ECU. Be a South Florida kind of mood. Sorry, Tim. Lean the Bulls. Bulls have been playing good a little South Florida action. But Rutgers wasn't up to 5. It was 2.5. Okay, yeah, someone put Michigan -5 in here. So I don't hate Rutgers at 2.5 or 3 or Michigan at 2.5, 3. It's literally a toss-up. They say Rutgers is in. I don't think Rutgers. I think both of those teams shouldn't be in, honestly, unless they win today and beat Purdue. Then I could, I'm not all for. I want a bunch of teams that are 17 and 15 in the NCAA tournament. I love to see Hofstra get in there, but with their 25 wins, I want to see those kind of schools. So here, what is this? I'm just 2.5. I'm still liking. Again, I lean Rutgers because I'm a Jersey guy. That being said, under. I've said it. That's all I really liked in that one. Again, so it was 2.5. I don't know. Somebody put 5 in here. How much about opening lines? Yeah, too money. I mean, it's kind of like when we do the NFL show on Sunday nights. Look headlines. They move a little bit. So if you kind of think, all right, I like this game. And I'm like everybody else. You have your confirmation bias, right? People come in here, hey, Higgs, who do you like? Oh, he's on the same side of me. That's good, right? I mean, he's got a little bit what he's talking about. He's been 20 years on sites. He can't be a total dummy. I'm not a total dummy. Am I always right? No, but I'm not a total dummy. But you should have an idea of what you want. And when they start moving, yeah, like I say, it feels good when you're on the right side of the line move. Like, all right, look at that. And other times you're like, what can I do? Because I sure as heck lost. We've seen me lose in here having good numbers ahead of time. And it's just different now, T-Money. I say this multiple times over the course of 2 years here. With it in all these other states and the money and you see that kind of stuff, you got to – it does. I mean, guys just there to want. Everybody else is perfect and great. I don't know. It gets tougher sometimes. Like bowl season this year, normally I'm like a 60% kind of bowl guy. This year, a couple games over 500. It was like a break-even bowl season because I have guys transferring out, coaches leaving like a day before games. Like next year bowl season, heck no. Heck no, my betting early bowls. Not happening. Not happening one bit. Mini rant time. Sorry. Mississippi plus 12 versus Tennessee. I don't hate it. I got the under in this game at a 128.5. I don't mind the plus 12. Tennessee's a team that could come out and win like 60 to 57, 67, 62. A plotting offense. I mean, I don't love Mississippi, but Dave's in the house. I like North Texas. I like excuse me. It's Texas and North Carolina and Kansas. Wow. Really going on a stretch here with 3 powerhouses there, Dave. Although I'm not for the Kansas game, I took a little West Virginia money line here. I just took a little shot in the chat with that. I ended up, I think the line was like a 4.5. But I grabbed the 145 here for the video. Carolina, I already bet. And the Texas game, I don't hate it at 6. Oklahoma State to me, 2 out of 3. I'm with you on. But I do have the Kansas future for the tournament here at 3-1 to win. So even when I lose, I still kind of sort of win. Moneyline Markel's at Bob Evans. Nice. Having a little breakfast, a little coffee at Bob Evans. I've never had a cup of coffee, by the way. Josh, first time listener, I appreciate you popping in. You look good, all dressed up. I feel bad in my Taylor Ham t-shirt and shorts, but thanks for popping in. Thank you for commenting, because without the comments, the show dies. Comments stop, and it's like, all right, I'm out of here. But I don't know today, because yesterday I got cut off. So I'll definitely be on a Lamar rant in a little bit. I'm going to try to get through these. We're going to talk about that guy in the Jets in a second. Mike Down, 5-star platinum pick. Mike's in the house. Dan's going to come see you. He's going to give you some money for the pool pick that you sent me. And I don't know. We might come up with a stack to hit the FanDuel or something. Do some baseball futures. Marcos, Clemson against NC State. I like NC State. I thought NC State is in the chat. Let's do a quick little rundown for those just popping in. Here we go. This is kind of like some stuff for you. People ask about other sports sometimes. I don't understand why people ask about other sports sometimes, especially during March Madness, but it is what it is. Magic -3.5, Warriors -2.5 in the NBA. Stars puck line 155, Blues puck line 185, Kraken +185 on the puck line. Oilers, Jesse Shule mentioned, their nice run against Boston +145. Baseball doggies, Red Sox and the Tigers. College hoops, we had VCU -6.5. Again, if you don't know and notification bells aren't on, you won't know that I do a late show 7 days a week along with the Midday Money show. Midnight Money, Midday Money. VCU 6.5, Miami -5.5, Baylor -4.5, Ohio moneyline -115, Hawaii -115, Morgan State +5, Auburn bad number here 110. You get a +130, or you could just take the points. This is what I'm locked in at. I do not change the odds from the night before. That's wrong because I didn't bet it at that. That's what I got it at. TCU 125, but I also like K-State here for getting 2.5, 3. You want, so I don't, wherever you want to go. Nova +4.5. That line has moved. Morning ads, Florida +5, West Virginia +145, Arizona -8, USC under 139, and NC State +115. There you go. Back we head to the comments as I get a drink because I'm thirsty. All right, here we go. Miz and Duke, West Virginia, and Euclid under. I don't hate any of them. I mean, listen, the Duke game, I would lean under there. Duke's pretty defensive. And we're at a point now at mid-March. The Pitt overachieving thing, I guess, is kind of out the window. Can they be live at a +6? I think possibly. I can't blame you for taking Duke with NBA guys on the roster against Pitt. I understand that. Do I have a monthly subscription? I do, but I'll tell you what's even cheaper. I'll put it in the chat right now for you. It is a weekly pass. It's $31.20. Much cheaper. It's cheaper than a daily package, which is $34. So there you go. $31.20 for 1 week of games. The monthly pass, I don't even know what the monthly pass is. It's definitely not cheaper than $31.20 a week. And there's 22 games today, although a couple are off the board there with VCU and Miami, and soon to be, I think Baylor's off the board now too. Hope Toledo goes over. Where are we at in this game? Let's pull up some live scores. Toledo 73-58. Well, they're doing their part, and that's the thing with Toledo. You know they're going to score about 85, right? 90. What were you getting out of the other side? I mean, you should get this. What was this? This was 157 yesterday or last night. So, I mean, what are you at now? 130? Can you get 30 in how much time is left? 7 minutes? To Moose, I'm going to roll with Ball State. Your thoughts? Considering I bet Ohio, I mean, I don't know. I'm not. I hope you lose, Tommy. VCU under is looking shaky right now. Gil, it's and And I'm all for, like, you want to grab unders in the opening game, right? I said this yesterday. You got no fans there. There's no real momentum. Maybe by the second half, people are staggering in. It's definitely not a live atmosphere. Where are they playing? VC. Where are they playing? The Barclays? Maybe it slows down. You never know. You never know. This is why I bet it and forget it, because you're gonna sit there and watch the game and be like, oh, maybe I should in game this. And people, and this isn't you, Gil. This is just how I say people. They wanna. You have to have some discipline betting games. I bet 22 games today, and I was doing a show yesterday. And someone was like, "Oh, you really bet those?" I'm like, I mean, and these are low bets. These are like 150, right? Usually, when I do, even to start the year in college basketball, when I'm betting 25 games on a college basketball Saturday, it's like 150, $300. People are like, "Oh, that's not a lot of money." Well, you know, I've gambled long enough where I know I could go 4-17 and be buried. You know, I mean, you bet 300 a game, and you're down 4,000. I mean, maybe you're a millionaire. You know, you lose 4,000 a day. That's not a good return. I don't know about you or me. I know about me. I don't want to lose 4 grand today. That's not a profitable life for me. Um, and in gaming is a whole nother. I don't think people grasp. You're loading off a credit card. That's why I loved going to, like, well, you don't do stuff from your app. I like in person. You know, again, you hand in your cash. Hi, here's my baseball future. I want a dime on the Cubs over. Here's $1,000. Oh, by the way, okay, here's a piece of paper. It's not hitting a button on your phone and reloading off your credit card, and then you're just sending a minimum payment somewhere. Mac totals. Miz, we know you got your overs. You got an under here. You got an over and a couple unders. The Ohio Bobcats over. I want Ohio to roll them out of the building. So let's go Ohio there. Under K-State 141. I don't really hate it. You know, in Akron's 147.5. Again, these were last night's numbers. I don't know what they're at today. Where are we here? They haven't really moved much. Again, you are the Mac man. You should change your names to Max with a Z. MACZ. Because you love your Mac totals. Groovy Caption House going to ride the Cubs train. Hey, it's going to double up again. Listen, I'm all for the Cubs this year to win that division. And we'll talk about that again going forward. We'll have a slow week next week, right? Slow week. What am I talking about? We got NIT. I was thinking Monday would be a nice day. I could like sleep in, to like 8:30 or something. But I'm like, wait a second. We're going to have other tournaments popping up. Because I'll have most of my games bet on Sunday for the NCAAs. We're not going to, I know people are going to want to wait and be like, oh, let's turn on this channel and see what these people have. You're going to hear the same stuff. And I'm going to hate it when I'm on the same side as every other person to come out and say, oh, we're going to take this trendy dog. It is what it is. I'm sitting here and be like this. What am I going to do about it? Nothing I can do. But baseball, we will talk about for sure. I mean, this is why I talked about the 1 week we did some futures, because we have NCAAs next week. And then I guess we got a couple slower days between, the next Thursday and Friday games, but still, it's right around the corner. Baseball starts on the 30th. Gil, smash the like button. Appreciate it, my friend. Groovy 3-team parlay, baby. St. Louis, Cubbies to Paul. Oh, so you're taking the Cubbies right now for today. You're not even taking them in long-term Cubbies. You're taking today Cubby action. They've been winning. And we have Jameson Talion, the Canadian maestro, spinning, twirling from the mound today. And DePaul plus the points. DePaul's going to lose by 9. Well, DePaul, that's between y'all. I don't know. Do I want to lay? I definitely don't want to lay double digits with the X there. Javier, I get it. I mean, I'll lean dog. I'm not gonna. I'll be on your side there, 100% of the time. Central Florida and the SMU. Yeah, I almost played Central Florida here, believe it or not, Marco. I almost went favorite here. They had some like a weird little stretch because I thought they were going to be good, and then they played better teams and kind of spit the bit a bit. I mean, I guess I would lean Central Florida. Best cappers in the world lose 40 to 45% of the time. That's the truth. They don't get that, Jesse. Like I say, in college basketball, I have what 900, 1,000 games bet, and 54, 55% after that. That's a good season with the sheer number of games. But people are used to seeing, look at my 17 and 0 parlay. I hit 85% with this system. You know, 55%. I'll take it. 3-2 every day. 3-2 every day. 60% on 100 games. They don't want to hear that, Jess. You know this. You've been in here a long time too. Took Toledo minus 14, up 72-58. Here we go, Toledo. It's going to come down to the number. Yeah, you know, and this is, can they roll this out and win by 15 points? Get up a little bit, get up 20. I'm sure they can. And they're a good team. I can't lay a 14, especially in a noon game. I don't know. I mean, and I leave. Do I sometimes leave easy quote unquote easy winners out there? Possibly. Marcos, I see NC State in the chat. Takes my bad. Didn't see it first. That's all right, Marcos. We're all human. Love the Tigers plus 140. Higgs, they win versus NL teams in spring. You know what? For me, I'm just looking for some dog value here. The other day, I didn't post. Like I read them off. I didn't post them, and we went like 5-2 for like plus $6 or something. I'm like, this is the nonsense. I don't put them in the chat, so whatever. I'll lock it in with the king. Yeah, I got a little hen dog rolling out there. I should go straight out of the bottle with my Crystal Light. Actually, you know what? It's not Crystal Light. I'm looking for a sponsor. Weiler's. Here we go. This is what I drink. I put 2 of these in a gallon of water, and I kill about a gallon plus a day. Groovy. Can't wait for the Higgs Monday late night NIT special. You know it. That's where the real money's at. Screw March, man. I like NIT because that's just to play on. I want to play teams who want to keep playing. I want to fade teams that thought their bubble burst. But here's the thing with that, though. You have so many teams that are sort of like bubble-ish, and I don't know if they're going to be like disappointed. Like you have a team like Rutgers or Michigan. One of these guys isn't going to get in. They're going to be like, you know what? We're a good team. We had a little bad run. It's not a big shocker we're not in it, you know? So it's not like something like the one year I remember. I mean, I really kind of upped my bet the 1 year. Kentucky went to the NIT and they were like a 10-point fave. They lost outright. They got trounced by somebody. And I'm like, this is like, not always the lock of the year, but it was definitely a significant bet, a few $1,000s. You're not going to have that here. You're not going to have I think North Carolina gets in. You're not going to have a perennial team like that. Like your bubble teams this year, there's a bunch of them. You think they'll be like, oh, we're not playing. No, they'll be like, oh, we get to play again? And which stinks for my little small schools, your Hofstras, a team like Fordham that's not going to get in the big dance, even though they won 23 games. If they win today 24, they're not getting in. No way. We're going to take a Wisconsin club or some ridiculous, 17 or 14 team. So I think the NIT will be a little tricky this year. I think you'll see when it comes to the championship game, right? It's at where, MSG? Although I think you'll probably get 3 big schools in there, 3 out of the 4. Marquette is in trouble against St. John's. Yeah, of course I didn't play the Johnnies today. It's early. I did kind of like the over here. I don't know. It's trending under, so either way, I'm wrong there. But I didn't see St. John's win. They were thought of to be a good team this year. They had some injuries. Again, if Rutgers game goes first half over, I will never bet again. Total 62. What do we got here? What's the score? I like the under for the game, Gabe. What is it? I know it's over 60. Toledo over looking good. Let's go. What do we got here? I'm probably behind because I see 87-70. The Moose is in the house. What do we got, buddy? Preseason baseball. If you're taking a favorite in preseason game, what's the highest odds? A preseason favorite in baseball, 130, 135. I mean, even regular season baseball, I might go to like a 150, maybe 160 if it's getting towards the end of the year and everything's like minus $2 or $3. No, not preseason. I'm just taking dogs in baseball. That's why we're 8-11. We're down $3 because we take all dogs. Jake, no way the Rutgers game goes over first half. They need another 20 points in 2 minutes. Villanova, we like Villanova, Marco. Yes. I'll trade you an Isaac Smith 82 min card for an NIT pick. There you go. I like the way you think, my friend. Let's go. You got it. Shiny's up 12. Get it done, St. John's Red Men. Do it, baby. I see Villanova in the chat, but I got them a 5. Yeah, well, this was from last night. It was 4.5 at midnight. Tamoosh, Jesse, that's why you make the big money. Jesse's good. Jesse's real good. That's Hawaiian Punch. That ain't Hawaiian Punch, bro. That's not Hawaiian Punch. If Fordham doesn't make the dance, I'm putting 5K in my first game NIT. I mean, seriously. I don't know if I'm putting 5K on the Fordham Rams, but that's a team that's going to want to keep playing, right? Who's going to want to keep playing? I took Providence +7. Maybe I'm full with this line that's held strong for 2 days. You know, everyone's betting UConn. That's because UConn beat them by 20 last time, Mike. We talked about this last night. I didn't bet it. Lock it in with the king. Laughing at something I said. All right, real fast here. We're going to get to so I see the Jets are ready to deal for Aaron Rodgers. Like, what the heck are you doing? We'll get back to Lamar. I got cut off. I guess the internet would explode yesterday if I got my Lamar going. How aren't the Jets involved trading a one pick for this guy? And as I said, okay, 2 number ones. Well, any bad team, insert any team name who you think needs a quarterback. You're going to go draft quarterback. So that's one. That's your draft pick for this year, your number 1 pick. And you're giving a number 2. If you're a team like, let's throw the Niners out there, right? I think Garoppolo, I thought was going to go to the Jets or the Texans based on his 49er experience with the coaches. Purdy's hurt, and you're relying on Lance. Why wouldn't the Niners trade for him? And the fact that he's 10 years younger or more than Rodgers, and the Jets will make a move for that guy? What are you doing? Or the Falcons. I mean, him and the Falcons, the Texans, the Titans, Tampa Bay, Carolina, New England. Oh, the guy's 26. And we're worried about Aaron Rodgers. I saw something that if Rodgers retires this year or next year, it's like a $45 million cap hit, or it's like $90 million if he just retires and doesn't quit or something. $90 million. The Jets are ready to go in on this guy. Why? There's so many. What do you do? I would take Ryan Tannehill over him. Why am I paying? You're out of your minds. Holy cow. Groovy says JT, that's going to your bowl. That ain't happen. Jets aren't going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. No. They were good last year. Again, injured running back, injured wide receiver, injured offensive lineman. You still won games with a quarterback carousel. Why are you going to Aaron Rodgers? Listen, I'm all for wacky. I make my little fly the earth jokes here. Aaron Rodgers, I don't really get political in here. He's pretty right leaning. He's going to New York where they still wear masks running around. You know, I mean, the minute he throws 3 interceptions, it's going to turn into forget 3. He has a bad game. They're gonna turn on this guy. You know, again, that's neither here nor there, but that's the way it is. In today's world. I mean, I try to keep that kind of nonsense out of the chat and in the conversations. No, do not go. And that's the least of my thing for as a Jets guy. And I told you I like the Jets because when, as a Cowboy guy, Parcells went to the Cowboys. I couldn't be a Cowboy fan. No, I'll go to the Jets and cheer for the Jets. The New Jersey Jets, by the way. They play in Jersey, them and the Giants. They're Jersey teams. So I'm always going to like the Jets. Because I had a couple years with them when Parcells was doing his thing with Tony Romo and DeMarcus Ware. Those guys. But how, and with Lamar, again, I think it's more of he acting as his own agent kind of hurts him, stuff like that. I thought him sitting out was good. Like, why am I going to come back and play? You're not paying me. Screw you guys. And I think other players in the league, I don't think they look at it as like, oh, you're a quitter, let your team down. I think, you know what? Hey, they treat us like this. We want to get paid. I kind of get it. I don't think it's like teams think he's a quitter. Maybe the injury wasn't. Maybe it's worse than what. Like, I look at it as he's banged up, and you know what? Why am I going to come back and be a wild card team? And God forbid I get hurt against Cincinnati in a playoff game. Is it worth it? Right? I mean, he comes back, they lose. Well, he lost a game. Well, you got to pay this guy. Maybe the injury is deeper than that. I mean, these teams are running for Deshaun Watson. I mean, Watson's good. Forget about the off-field stuff. That's here. On the field, the guy produced. Tell me Lamar doesn't produce? And to pay him, you're paying. Daniel Jones is getting $40 million. Dak is getting $40 million. $40 million, that's the standard. 35, 40 mil. That's life. If you're a team who thinks you can do something, if I'm the Falcons, Carolina, or Tampa Bay, how the heck aren't I signing a 26-year-old franchise quarterback for 2 draft picks and 40 mil? What are you doing? You just drafted Kyle Trask and who's that? Desmond Ridder? That's who you're going with. I already got a guy who's an MVP, but let's see if we could build on this guy. In a conference that brought in Derek Carr to a bad offense. How'd the Saints look last year? Terrible. Terrible. As Charles Barkley says, terrible. Bad. Aaron Rodgers, second coming, John Elway. We going all the way. Oh, my goodness. Groovy's blinded. Jake says, I'll take Lamar New England, but I know Belichick wouldn't even try. He should. You want to go for one last hurrah? Say, who do you want? Mac Jones? I'll trade you Mac Jones. Here you go. You want a quarterback back? There you go. No guarantee Mac Jones is great. There you go. You want Mac Jones in the first rounder? Why wouldn't New England do that? Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Herbert. You want to put Russell Wilson in there? Mahomes. You got some pretty good teams here. Cincinnati and Kansas City. Obviously, Kansas City, I think, is the top. Cincy will be 2, Buffalo 3. I mean, what's Belichick want to do? Just wants to go out into the sunset? Do you want to beat the Bills this year? Get Lamar. Groovy, good luck to everybody. Grab some stats and putting on Pip Basketball. There you go. Bill, Daniel Jones got paid. Lamar should get paid, but he hasn't won anything. Oh. What is that? What has Daniel Jones done? Lamar's an MVP. Who cares he's on one? I mean, he wins games. When he plays, they win. All right, you haven't gotten over a hump in the playoffs. There's a lot of quarterbacks who are really good quarterbacks who haven't won things and can't, and a combination of things to take a loss. I hate that it's always the quarterback's fault. Not always the quarterback's fault. How about the coach? Coach get any of the blame? How about San Fran? That coach get any of the blame for blowing the Super Bowl versus the Falcons and the Patriots and the Chiefs and 49ers blowing 10-point leads in fourth quarters? 28-3 Patriots. How about up 10 points against the Rams 2 years ago in the championship game? Blew that one. It's not always the quarterback. Groovy. Head into the ticket window. I have to buy your picks for March Man. $31, bro. Do it. Let's go. Get on for a week. Miz, got to feel Miami game lands around the number. Listen, possibly. It could. I think Miami pulls away. Wake in the step up of class hasn't done that well. That's why I like Miami today. We'll see how it plays out. Michigan stayed under, everybody. I hope everybody's all right. Wilson's in the house. Tomorrow go to the Colts. Radone's hurt for the Yankees. Under Yankees. We talk about this all the time. Yankees under 94.5. They were plus $1 to win the division. Under. No easy play there. But there we go. There's our Cubbies over. Cubbies over 77.5. We're in. All right. That's it for a I don't even know what tech day it is. That's what happens. Thursday. It's Thursday. See everybody tonight. Good luck in your pick.